Okay, we ever take another integral. This one's from the Swinbee 2023 problem 10. We have the integral of x squared, arc sine of x, dx. Okay, to get started with this, the first thing I'm noticing, the first thing really to deal with is the fact that we have arc sine in the integral. I want to kind of do the usual thing here and do integration by parts because that's going to allow me to differentiate arc sine, and then we can take this x squared and integrate it. So for integration by parts, I like to use the DI method or tabular integration. We'll do this over here. So first, differentiating arc sine, and we'll just integrate x squared. The derivative for arc sine is going to be just 1 over square root 1 minus x squared. Integral here, power rule, that's going to be x cubed over 3. So then the first part of our solution is going to come right here on the diagonal. We'll have x cubed over 3 arc sine of x. And then for all this will be an integral. I'll factor out like the 3 here, so we'll factor this out as minus 1/3, and we'll end up with x cubed over square root 1 minus x squared dx. But now for this integral here, I think we can just handle this with a u substitution, substituting for everything inside the square root. So let's see how that's going to look. So what I want to do is substitute u equal to 1 minus x squared, take a derivative, so du is going to be minus 2x dx. So I think what I'll do is just focus on this integral here, but I'm going to rewrite it before we substitute. Because I want to create this du, just make the substitution easy. So over at the end here, we'll have this minus 2x dx. But so I'm not changing it because we have x cubed here. I'll write this as a minus 1/2 x squared. Just noticing when you multiply this times this, you get back to x cubed. And one more thing before I substitute, I'm going to want a value for this x squared. So I can take this equation and just rearrange it. And we have x squared is going to be equal to 1 minus u. So now we'll substitute. I'll take this minus 1/2 in front of the integral. For x squared, we have this, so it's going to be 1 minus u. This is all du right here, and this is going to become square root of u. But then let's just divide the square root of u into each of these terms, split it into 2 integrals just to make it clear. So this is going to become minus 1/2 integral of u minus 1/2. For the second one, I distribute the minus 1/2 into the minus. This is going to give me a plus 1/2. Integral, dividing this in, we're going to end up with, this is just going to become u 1/2 du. But now we just go ahead and integrate this using power rule. So first, add this minus 1/2 out front. Integrating this, add plus 1, we're going to have u 1/2. Take the reciprocal out front. That's going to create a 2 right there. Then here we have 1/2. Power rule on this, half plus 1, u to the 3/2. Reciprocal of 3/2 gives me 2 over 3. I can cancel 2's here, cancel 2's here. Then before I back substitute, let's factor out a u 1/2 here, just trying to get some simplification. Then this here is just going to become u over 3, and this is just going to be a minus 1. But actually what I want to do, I think I'm going to actually factor a minus 1/3 out of this. So I'm going to write this as minus square root of u over 3, and then this is actually going to become 3 minus u, just because we reversed the sign here. So now we'll go ahead and back substitute with our u value over here. So this is going to become, with u being 1 minus x squared, we're going to have minus square root 1 minus x squared over 3. And then our 3 minus u, that's going to become 3 minus 1 minus x squared. But then let's just distribute the minus sign and kind of reorder everything. So let's see, we're going to have square root 1 minus x squared over 3. Here we're going to end up with 3 minus 1 or 2. Reverse the sign on this. This is going to become an x squared plus 2. And all we need to do is just take this, and we just need to plug it back in here and finish it off. Okay, so now that we have this part brought over from the previous board, we just need to simplify this in order to get our final solution. First, minus times minus here is going to change these both to pluses. Copy down this part. Multiply 1/3 times 1/3 and get a 9th here, so we end up here with square root 1 minus x squared over 9 times x squared plus 2. Add a plus c, and that's it. Okay, there you have it. Good problem from Swinbee 2023. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a good day.